They were all gazing at me when I placed the cutting tool down. The cake sat undisturbed in the center of the surface, candles flickering as if they were deriding me. My mother's lips were trembling. My father's voice cracked as he yelled, "How could you overlook our anniversary dinner of all occasions?" I looked at him, composed, deliberate, and stated, "You remember your anniversary every year, Father, but inform me, when was the last time you recalled my birthday?" Silence. That's how it always commences. Previously, I used to believe families didn't require reminders that affection had inherent memory. When I was younger, I'd anticipate the knock on my door, the call, the merriment. But the day would pass annually, as if I did not exist. Mom would post images of blossoms and dining outings. Dad would write about another year of devotion and forbearance. My sister Veronica would tag them both with heart icons. And I'd sit with a solitary cupcake pretending it didn't matter. Pretending forgetting someone's birthday wasn't the quietest form of obliteration. It's humorous how affection teaches you endurance, until one day it teaches you exactitude. The change commenced last year. I'd sent notices to our family group chat about my birthday, subtle at first, then direct. "Can we have supper next week?" I'd written, no one responded, not even the thumbs up icon. That night, Mom posted pictures of them at some eatery, the same one we used to visit together. When I was a child, the caption read, "Anniversary preparation with my favorite individuals." Except I wasn't there. That's when something inside me became still. Not infuriated, not sad, just cold. I didn't challenge them. I didn't send another message. I learned. They valued appearances, not connection. So I chose to instruct them what absence genuinely feels like. Their 31st wedding anniversary was approaching the significant one. They desired me to organize everything: the decorations, food, service, video, presentation, surprise guests. I smiled. I agreed. I vowed it would be unforgettable, and it was. First, I canceled the caterer a week prior. I informed them plans had shifted. Complete reimbursement, no issue. Then I called the decorator and rescheduled for the subsequent weekend. The event venue, I instructed them to release the reservation. I even transmitted a fake confirmation to Mom so she'd think everything was prepared. Meanwhile, I developed something else, a slideshow, not of their recollections, but of mine. Years of overlooked birthdays, messages left unread, my empty seat at the table. Every timestamp, every unanswered call, every "Oh, my apologies, dear. We'll compensate next weekend." When the night arrived, they entered an empty hall. No attendees, no music, no supper. Just a solitary screen in the middle of the room, displaying the slideshow I'd prepared. At first they chuckled, thinking it was a prank. Then the photographs began. Me at 6 years old holding a hand-drawn card for them. Me at 13, standing alone in front of a candlelit cupcake. Me at 22, texting, "Is anyone free tonight?" Followed by no responses. Their smiles vanished. My father reached for the remote control, but I deactivated it. The slideshow continued to play. Every year, every forgotten moment, at the conclusion, one line appeared on the screen. "You taught me how to forget. I just finally learned." Tonight, they confronted me at the dining table, voices trembling between guilt and fury. Mom's eye makeup had smeared from weeping. Dad looked diminished somehow. My sister Veronica attempted to defend them, claiming I'd gone too far. "Too far?" I asked. "You do realize this is the first time you've remembered my name on this date?" No one spoke. The only sound was the soft hum of the refrigerator and the slow combustion of the candle wax dripping onto the cake that was not intended to be eaten. "You overlooked 31 birthdays," I said softly. "I overlooked one anniversary, and yet here you are yelling. The facts don't deceive, do they?" Mom tried to touch my hand. I withdrew. "I didn't want to injure you," she whispered. "No," I replied. "You just didn't want to notice me." "That's different." Dad stood pacing, seeking for something ethical to say, some moral superiority to regain. But there wasn't any. I'd taken it carefully, silently. I wasn't vindictive. Not truly. I just provided them a reflection, a perfect mirror of how it feels to be overlooked. They inquired if I felt remorse. I informed them I didn't, not even slightly. Because that evening, as I departed from the table, I realized something. You can't compel people to recall you. You can only make them wish they hadn't forgotten. Now every year when my birthday arrives, they send presents, blossoms, audio messages filled with apology. I don't reply. Not out of bitterness, out of peace. They finally learned that silence has a weight heavier than words. And I finally learned that some families only remember affection when it's absent. So when they yelled, "How could you forget us?" I smiled. "Trust me," I said. "I didn't forget. I just stopped reminding, and then I extinguished theirs.